Brazil does not play about racism. I'm just seeing this story about Agustina Baez, a woman from Argentina. She went to Brazil and she's like on vacation in Brazil. She had a dispute over a bill, a food bill, right? And so she started making monkey gestures and racial slurs to the employees. They reported her. And guess what? She could face 5 years in a Brazilian prison. Baby, I learn something new every day. I learned. I was like, wow, baby, they don't play over there. Go over there trying to be funny, trying to be racist over there in Brazil. See what's gonna happen to you. Say something slick to somebody, and this lady was filmed doing like a monkey gesture. You know what I mean? You have to see it. But baby, I know I'm late, but baby, I'm still getting the information.
Hello, my wonderful people. How are you? I trust you're okay. You're welcome back to the channel. My name is Jane. So, this Argentinian woman decided to travel to Brazil and then she decided to become racist to black bartenders in Brazil, including making monkey noises, an act that has long been used as a dehumanizing slur against black people. According to reports, she was detained by Brazilian authorities and fitted with an ankle monitor and prohibited from leaving the country while her case proceeds. There are discussions that she could face up to 5 years in prison under Brazilian law, which criminalizes racial acts like racism. This case is not just about punishment, and I also know that it is about accountability, dignity, and structural power. Racism is not just words. It is a system that has historically dehumanized black people, justified enslavement, segregation, violence, and economic exclusion. When somebody makes monkey sounds at a black person, they are invoking centuries of racial terror and pseudoscientific ideologies that portrayed black people as less than human. And that is not a joke at all. That is also not a misunderstanding. That is a deliberate act of degradation. Brazil, a country with the largest population of African descendants outside of Africa due to the transatlantic slave trade, carries deep historical scars of slavery and racial inequality. Anti black racism remains a serious social issue there. The fact that Brazilian law treats racism as a serious crime punishable by imprisonment reflects an understanding that racism is not merely offensive, it is also very harmful. Laws like these exist to protect vulnerable communities and to send a clear societal message. Racial hatred will not be tolerated, and that is exactly what we see happening here because this Argentina woman went over to Brazil and thought that she could be racist, and now she is learning the hard way. She is going to be facing 5 years imprisonment if found guilty, and I think this is what she deserves. Guys, let us see what people are talking about this, then we'll come back to talk some more.
Not me just finding out it is illegal to be racist in Brazil. So this is Augustina Perez. Augustina got into a confrontation with an employee at a restaurant, and guess what? Augustina decided to make monkey noises. Ooh, 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 and they got her ass. Augustina is from Argentina. I knew they wasn't playing with that girl because they slapped the ankle monitor on her and locked her down. She's not going anywhere, and now she is facing 5 years. And now she's on television trying to plead for amnesty. She's trying to plead to let her go home. Baby, can't nobody help you now. Because everywhere she goes now, they are doxing every single one of her locations and chasing her around the island. She says she can't believe the reaction to this because in Argentina, the country is built off of being racist. Literally, they genocided their entire black population, so being a racist is a normal thing in Argentina. Big shout out to Brazil. Much love to Brazil. Good job. I hope America starts to follow your trend.
Y'all, did you know you can get 5 years in prison in Brazil just for being racist? I didn't know. I just learned that today. I saw this story on my timeline and I decided to go down the rabbit hole. So this is Agustina Paez, and she is an Argentinian lawyer. See, what happened, she was arguing with some employees about a bill and decided to do this. Then this happened. And now she sounds like this.
Soy Agustina Páez, es acusada de injuria racial en Brasil. En este momento recibo una notificación que hay una orden de prisión preventiva para mí por peligro de fuga, siendo que tengo una tobillera electrónica puesta y que estoy a disposición de la justicia desde el día 1. Se están vulnerando todos mis derechos. Estoy desesperada, estoy muerta de miedo y hago este video para que se haga eco de la situación.
She has been released, but she has to wear an ankle monitor, and she must now wait for the Brazilian judiciary to set a date for her trial. She could be sentenced up to 5 years in jail if found guilty. Oh, was it worth it? Was it worth it? The case is at the center of a growing legal conversation that is making headlines in Argentina and Brazil, with some argue that jail time is too harsh a punishment for a racist offense. Others have pointed out that it's the responsibility of Argentinian citizens abroad to know the law. In this case, Brazil's strict anti-racism legislation. The incident took place on January 14th, according to the complaint filed by the employees. She also used derogatory language, as well as the gestures that we just saw in the previous video. Under the Brazilian law, racism and racial insults are treated as serious criminal offenses. See, she's from Argentina, and the people in Argentina, boy, they could be motherfucking racist as hell. And they received no punishment. And then she decided to take her funky ass all the way to Brazil thinking she could do the same shit. Oops. Oops. Oh my God. Was calling the employees monkeys worth it? I don't think so. And she's a lawyer too. Fuck it, that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But I didn't know. I didn't know you can go to jail for 5 years in Brazil for that. Learn something new each day. Now imagine if they did that in this country. All them jail cells would be full.
Did y'all know that racism was a crime in Brazil? Like a serious crime, like you might get up to 5 years in prison? Baby, what Miss Daffy say? I'm on the way there. Baby, send me to Brazil, okay? Now, I don't normally talk about crimes in other countries and other stuff like that because it'd be a lot. We already have enough going on here. But this piqued my interest, so I had to bring it to you. Agustina Paez, I think that's how you say her name. If it's wrong, please forgive me. She was in Brazil on vacation. Now, she is from Argentina, but she was in Brazil, and she was in Brazil on January the 14th. Now, okay, she was at a restaurant, and there was a dispute with the bill. Instead of just having them fix the bill and then going about her merry way, when she let them know about the dispute about the bill, they said that she made some racist remarks like calling people monkeys, monkey sounds, things of that sort. She made them feel very uncomfortable, and it was very obvious to them that it was racism, okay? It was to them. It was very obvious. So, them being of Brazil, they knew that, ma'am, that's a crime. So, they called the police and let the police know, and the police come. Now, under normal circumstances in Brazil, they don't give you no bond, and you got to wait until they make a decision on if you're guilty or not guilty, and then the punishment for the crime is up to 5 years in prison for racism because they have a zero tolerance policy, okay? Again, I'm on the way there. A zero tolerance policy. Her attorney did habeas corpus, and they let her out on an ankle monitor, and they was gonna let her wait until trial. Again, that's not normal, but the attorney that she got a good legal team, and she's an attorney herself, I do believe. But her attorney was doing some attorneying, okay? And we know how I love to see an attorney, honey. And they had got her out, but they decided to reverse that on Thursday. So they done put her back in and said, you're gonna have to wait. You're going to have to wait. It has caused a complete ruckus in Brazil and in Argentina because people in Brazil is like, you need to know the law of the land when you in the land, okay? You need to know what's going down here in Brazil when you come to Brazil. And people in Argentina are like, but y'all got to know we don't do that where we at. And I agree with them. Whatever the law of the land is, you need to know that law when you get to their doggone land. Okay, but yeah, she's facing up to 5 years in prison. When all she had to do was just say, fix my doggone bill. They fix it and she gonna buy her merry way. But instead of that, she decided to take below the bell, and they said, we know where hell is, and made that phone call to the authorities. But yeah, I might be on the way to Brazil. Somebody buy me a plane ticket so I can go see what they got going on. I likes that. Zero tolerance.
Y'all, apparently Brazil does not play about racism and racial slurs. This lady right here, Agostina Paes from Argentina, went to Brazil and had a dispute about her bill and apparently started making monkey gestures and saying racial slurs. Y'all, she's been released before her trial date with an ankle monitor, and she is facing 5 years in prison. Yeah, we need this in the USA. We need these strict laws, yeah.
Guys, I am actually happy that this woman was detained and arrested for being racist to a black person. And I also believe that supporting strong consequences for racist behavior is not about revenge. It is about affirming that black lives and dignity matter. When a government upholds anti-racism statutes, it signals that marginalized communities are entitled to protection under the law. In societies where racism has been normalized or minimalized, that stance is very significant. But we must also recognize that punishment alone does not eradicate racism. Legal consequences are necessary, but broader change requires education, cultural transformation, and dismantling structural inequalities that sustain racist attitudes. Accountability should ideally be paired with opportunities for reflection, learning, and genuine reckoning. What is extremely horrible here is not merely that an individual acted in a racist way towards a black person. It is that such behavior still occurs in 2026 in a world where the harms of anti-black racism are well documented and widely discussed. Choosing to mock a black person with monkey sounds is not ignorance, it is participation in a long and violent racist tradition. Ultimately, this case underscores a powerful message. Anti-black racism is not harmless, it is not trivial, and not beyond legal consequence. Standing with black people means affirming their right to work, their right to travel, and live without racial humiliation. It means supporting those that protect them, and it means calling out racist behavior clearly and unapologetically. I am strongly behind what the Brazil government did to this Argentina racist woman. She deserves it, and I hope she gets the consequences that she actually deserves. Guys, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please do not forget to subscribe, like the video, and share the video so that more people can be made aware of it. And also, I will catch you in the next upload. For now, bye.